Hey, what's up, everyone? It is Sunday morning, Super Bowl Sunday, and I just thought I'd try and throw this up before my daughter woke up and comes down here. Very possible that she will do that because she always wants to be in the middle of everything. But pretty excited about a couple things that are going on. Yesterday, I got the actual first interview of the podcast going. Kyle and I decided that we're going to have to kind of split it a little bit because our schedules are kind of hectic right now. We've been pretty busy, which is good. That's part of our life and that's our real job, but this is more of like our side hustle here. So, helping people market brand and things like that. So, the podcast is going. We finally figured out a way to get it up. We serious overthinking on both our parts. Probably mostly on mine because I thought that it had to be something that it didn't. You can actually take and directly take the video straight off of your phone and upload it into the podcast. It doesn't have to be perfect. At some point it will be. And we're looking at ways to go ahead and try and get a little bit of money into that, monetize it a little bit, and but that's later. So anyway, sorry I've messed with my tripod here, so it's kind of not making a straight look here. So yesterday I interviewed my boss, which was the first person that was always on my radar to interview because I thought that it would be really good to talk to him because he's gone through so much as far as a business person and I think my dad is 61, Frank's at around 58 or so, but just kind of watching the two different ways that they went through things where working for someone your whole life versus doing your own thing and having your own business and it is very very crazy to do that. I talked to Frank yesterday a little bit, and I was kind of talking about, he's kind of one of those entrepreneur type people who has started their own business and is a businessman. That's what he's doing. He's created this company that houses about 16 people, and he was very gracious and talking about every single person that was part of that team, because it really is that way with our company. We're a team. We work together and get things accomplished. From the ladies in the office taking the calls to scheduling our appointments to us going out selling it, then sending it back to the ladies to put it in a form that goes to the warehouse, to Sean, who will, when it shows up, contact you and get it set up to do that. But that's beside the point. That's really cool. That's what we're trying to do with this podcast. We're trying to get people to help them get motivated to put themselves on social media, to market themselves that way, because it is really one of those deals where you can reach a broader type of audience if you do it. So, I go back and forth because there's a couple things that I have going on. I've got like tons of irons in the fire, which is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to find exactly what my niche is, and really what it is it's a motivational thing where I want people to be successful. I may not be your boss, I may not help you, but I want to be able to promote you and help you be successful, help you make money, help you, whatever your goal is, to reach that. And so this is a way of doing it. Like I said before, I started out talking about the company that I work for, trying to get business. And I realized that with branding, and I hope that you realize this as well, is they're buying from a person. They're not buying from the company. So any truck could say Blind Appeal on it, any truck could say your name on it, but your brand is you. They follow you, they like you, they call back for you. And really what it's about is building that relationship. That one time you get them to buy, the next time they're going to buy. And you want them to remember who you are. So you need to make a lasting impression, because if you don't, they'll just get in the phone book and look for the next person. And if they're like me, they're going to go and they're going to look on a review. And if they look on the review and you have a review and you did a good job, they'll probably call you, or they'll call three of you, and then it becomes narrowing it down to that. Some people will just look and Google, blind company, and they'll take the A. That's the first one that comes up. I mean, if I was ever going to do anything that was my own company, I'd make it AAA because it's going to be the first listing that's there. But that's kind of an old school thing. They did that in the phone book to get your name at the top of the list because it was in alphabetical order. But anyway, branding is important, and that's, a lot of my supporters, followers, people who like my page, who follow me on my social media platforms. A lot of them are in the retail business. A lot of them are commission salesmen. A lot of them are realtors, builders, things like that. And if you are that, and you are looking to help find a way to expand your brand and make your name more prominent, I want to get you on my podcast. I want to talk to you. If you haven't, listen. You don't have to subscribe, but listen to that episode with Frank, because that's really what it's about. We're having a conversation about what you do and what your morals are, and are you an ethical person, and things like that. And that's really what you want to get out to people. I have other ideas on social media as well, which I do myself. And you can listen to those in the other 2 podcasts that we put up there, because we talk about it. And it's funny how I say the same thing over and over again. But it's ever evolving, the way that I do things, the way that I get myself out there, the way that I get my face in your mind, and I get leads from that. I generate people calling me and saying, hey, I saw a video that you did a couple months ago. I didn't need anything then, but I do now. I keep seeing your posts daily on my social media, wherever it is, because I post on lots of platforms. And maybe that's not for you to post that much, but you need to at least be doing something. I really feel that you do. When I was listening to Gary Vee, or I listen to Gary Vee every day still, it kind of gets repetitive because he says the same things over and over again, and he's right. You're trying to get yourself in that feed, so the more you post, the more people see you. The one thing that I see that a lot of people do is they'll be scared to do it. They're afraid to put themselves out there. They have to have a perfect product, and that's really not what it's about. A perfect product is nice. It is. It really is. But a perfect product isn't what sold it. Okay? They're looking for you to do what really makes them happy. Sorry, I got a little off track there. My daughter did just come downstairs. She realized I was on here, and she was very nice, and she went out and into the other room. So, but they're buying from you. You need to put in their presence your thoughts, your processes, the things that you go through, and things like that. And I may not always be a blind salesman or a commission salesman or a salesman. I may be something different, but you know who I am, and that's really what it is. It's putting my face, my processes, my thoughts, everything that I do in your mind, so you know that I'm a legitimate person, because we don't do that anymore. We don't have these face-to-face interactions. It happens. I love those. Those are my favorite kind of interactions, so don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm the type of person who's on social media all the time. I'm not. In real life, I'm a great person to have a conversation with. It's just that people don't do that anymore. People look online for a review. People look for anything that they can do to not have to talk to someone. It's crazy how we don't interact anymore socially. But we're getting in about 7 minutes here or so. But if you're still watching this, understand that it is a social interaction that we're doing. We're just doing it in a different way. And I'm not a big fan of it, but I also know that everyone else in this world doesn't have the same thought process that I do. And so I'm going to continue to do it because I know that that's what the world is turning to. So anyway, things to think about. If you are interested on being on my podcast, please DM me on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere that you follow me. Just do it. It's uploading right now. I know that it's for sure on Spotify. I posted the code yesterday. It's going on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast. Apple Podcast is reviewing it right now. If you have a question, if you need the link, DM me, let me know. I'll get it to you. I am on YouTube as well. We do have 2 YouTube channels. There's a TV or Treasure Valley Max Media YouTube channel. There's 2 of them. One's a wrestling one, and ours is actually there. There's about 3 videos on it. Subscribe to that if you want to watch the video. They're not as good as what you would think they are, because we kind of just do all 3 things. We Instagram Live, record, and then talk. And I'll give you the option when you come into the podcast. I have an extra tripod. We can throw your device up on there too, and you can record it so you have a copy of the whole interview, and you can post that wherever you want on social media. But follow it. Like I said, it's on all those platforms right now. Some of them are under review. I know for sure right now it's up on Spotify. If you need that link, hit me up. Have a great day. It's Sunday. I might do another video a little bit later on barbecuing some ribs because it's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not a big fan of either team. I used to be a 49ers fan when I was a kid. Long story, but has to do with Joe Montana. So it's kind of 2 Joe Montana teams, if you know who he is, playing against each other. Anyway, have a great day. We'll talk to you later.